Hello everyone, I'm thrilled to be here today and welcome friends and supporters from all over the world to the Elrond Mainnet event. Today we are ready to reveal a technology that I believe will have a larger economic impact than any other technology invented during the last decade. After more than 2.5 years of effort with the entire Elrond team, today we are ready to launch Elrond. And although it's unfortunate that we can't have this meeting in person, a warm thank you goes to all the people watching this event and being live with us. Beside the exciting launch of the Elrond network, today, for the first time ever, we are ready to unveil Maiar, a truly insanely awesome application. At Elrond, we like to set the most ambitious goals possible. So today, we are also going to unveil the most significant economic impact. Update, positioning the Elrond currency not only as the most robust store of value, but as a scarce and valuable global digital currency reserve. There's a lot to cover, but I'm sure it will be awesome. Let's jump right in.
When you're a child, you live in the moment as if time didn't exist. Everything is perpetual wonder. It's imagination and possibility. You seek to understand ant trails or the shapes of the clouds. You grow. You seek the way. You find out that the good road teaches you something you didn't know about yourself. What's important is to get started. To allow yourself to be led by instinct, to dare. Boldness isn't a miracle. It's courage and faith. To step out means to be at peace with yourself, ready to throw yourself into the abyss without a safety net. It means to choose the narrow path, the road less traveled. Innovation is initially a surprise. Then it becomes something so natural, it's as if it's always existed. A train pulls rail cars behind it through the volatile force of steam. A road is bathed in the light of an electric bulb. Eventually, after a long detour, you rediscover childhood. You have grown. You have become wise. Yet, you can still gaze in awe at the leaves' flight in the wind in autumn. At Elrond, we don't give up on being in awe of the possible. We play, we innovate, and we dare to believe that we can change the course of history. Dare to believe.
To truly understand the unparalleled contribution of Elrond, I want to take a moment to reflect on the current state of economy. It turns out that every economic problem out there can be boiled down to one of the three fundamental problems below. It's either a system problem, a distribution problem, or a resource problem. The system problem means that due to lack of transparency and perverse feedback loops, growing systemic risk is accumulating while being hidden, resulting in a repeated market collapse that affects us all. Distribution problem means that lack of basic economic infrastructure still affects billions of people around the world, making it very difficult to get minimal subsistence resources and threatening their lives. The resource problem means that scarcity creates a massive opportunity cost, delaying creation of several technologies that could potentially save hundreds of millions of lives. and would vastly improve society in ways not even thought possible. This is where Elrond's unique contribution comes in. To significantly accelerate all technologies and radically improve society, humanity will have to migrate to a post-scarcity world. So today, we are extremely excited to unveil a complete solution that will redefine blockchain, money, and economy as we know them. Capturing this spirit, our mission at Elrond is to accelerate the advent of a global, transparent, non-inflationary, inexpensive, near-instant financial system and offer easy access to it to anyone, anywhere in the world. So, together with our team of extremely passionate engineers and researchers, we've spent more than 2.5 years working on this groundbreaking solution that will significantly improve the economic system. But before we can dive into it, it's really important that we take a moment to reflect on what money is. After all, money has been the fuel of the entire economy for thousands of years. But what is money really? It turns out that the simplest and most powerful explanation is that money means time. It's the time to do what really matters to us. Moving one step even further, from a technology standpoint, money is an information system for time allocation. This means that essentially money can be seen as a network that processes data, although it does in a very inefficient and slow way. In fact, money in its current form is a low bandwidth, high latency, low security, and high cost network. Going one step further, it's super fascinating to observe that all money functions we have had during the last few thousand years can be boiled down to these four essential core functions. It's either a medium of exchange, a unit of account, a store of value, or debt. But what if we could rebuild everything from scratch? What if we could build a new version of money? How would this look? After more than 2.5 years of insane efforts, 2 amazing breakthroughs, 1 scientific paper, and 900,000 lines of code, we are finally ready to unveil the most advanced working blockchain solution ever created. This is what we called the internet scale blockchain, and it's what we've worked for all this time at Elrond. With Elrond, we've rebuilt the blockchain from scratch to achieve a 1000x improvement in throughput, execution speed, and transaction costs. In other words, we have rebuilt the network that will become the backbone for the global, transparent, non-inflationary financial system. Beside the much-needed performance, the great added benefits of this network are transparency, immutability, trustlessness, and censorship resistance. So we are thrilled to have a working solution to the key system problem for the entire world economy. The most interesting question becomes, how do we ensure access and distribution for the new economic network? How do we make it possible for anyone, anywhere to easily access this technology? Meet Maiar, our simple and delightful user experience, enabling frictionless access to the Elrond global economic network. This application will bring decentralized finance to the entire world. First, let's have a sneak peek into the deeper meaning behind Maiar, and after that, my colleague Lucian will give you a better overview on what Maiar really is.
We We are all prisoners of time. But deep down, we always felt there's another way. What if you had time to do what mattered? What if your hopes and dreams would be given a chance to come true? What if you could spend those moments with your child and watch him grow up? What if you could finish writing that memorable story or create the invention that would reshape the world? What if there were a system that would not rob you of your most precious resource? Or if they control your money, they control your time. Break free. Take back your time.
Hello everyone, really great to be here. What I'm about to share with you is going to be amazing. So let's get started. In the last year, we've spent a lot of time rethinking the most important elements of the experience when interacting with the blockchain and its huge potential. Technology was never about technology, but about improving and enriching people's lives. But the UI is just a part of the story. Throughout history, great challenges have been met with great creativity and breakthroughs. And right now, we are again in need of that kind of innovation, perhaps more than ever. That's why we are so excited about Maiar. This is going to be a truly unique product that can evolve into something bigger, using technologies and innovations combined in a way like never before. Maiar, powered by the incredible, amazing tech behind Elrond, is going to radically change the way we interact with money. So let's jump into Maiar and start the onboarding process with the creation of one wallet. But before doing that, I have a question for you. Wouldn't it be great if you could create your wallet by just using your phone number? No email, no password, no seed phrase to backup. So I'm going to open the app right now and show you the onboarding process. Basically, on the first screen, I have these two options to create an account or to import an existing one. Of course, I'm going with the create an account one. Here, I will just input my phone number and then just click continue and wait for the confirmation code. After the confirmation code is coming, basically, boom, that's it, I'm in. Nothing else. As mentioned, no email, no password, no seed phrase. It sounds a little bit like magic. And I'm pretty sure people that are familiar with blockchain, first question will come, what about security? And you'll see, we'll cover that a little bit later. But before doing that, I want to explain a little bit why this phone mapping is so important. And the idea is the phone mapping, it serves as the foundation for many great new features. By having your phone number as the access key to the Elrond blockchain and to the Maiar app, we are creating a really powerful combination with unlimited new use cases. So I wanted to show you a little bit later a new example of why the phone number is so important. And one example I have in mind is how about sending money to your friends, family, or your contacts? And this, by using this idea, is going to be done in just a few taps. You no longer need to enter the wallet address. That long string of characters that is impossible to remember by anyone. You just use your phone number, your friend's phone number. And what is cool is that this phone number mapping with your own addresses is done in a secure and private way through Elrond blockchain. No centralized database. Everything is on the blockchain, obfuscated and put there to be used. What's even cooler is that you can use this to send not only Elrond tokens, but other coins and tokens issued on other blockchains. For example, you can also map your Bitcoin address to your phone, and your Maiar friends will be able to send you Bitcoin by just selecting you as a contact inside Maiar. You no longer need to share your address. As mentioned, your phone is your key to this, and it's the thing that makes blockchain invisible. What is even more powerful and easier to use is a new concept that everyone is familiar, this idea of usernames. We use usernames everywhere. But when you come to blockchain, this is something that it's not very often. And what we actually call this username inside is something called hero tags, and you'll see soon why. Sometimes you don't want to share your phone number with strangers, or you don't want the phone number of someone, you don't know the phone number of someone, being a person, a brand, or a site, or a cause. In that case, in order to avoid falling back to the troublesome way of sending and receiving money through long addresses and string of characters mentioned before, we are proud to introduce you the usernames powered by Elrond blockchain through a DNS service deployed on Elrond network. This is truly amazing, you'll see. Brands, influencers, streamers, causes, and non-profit organizations can now choose to receive money by just claiming their official usernames. Their fans, users, or clients can now send money through Maiar to them instantly with just a few steps. So let's actually see how it works on Elrond and send some Elrond to someone. So, and then we'll come back to the home screen. I'm going to open the app again. I'm going to just select Elrond as a coin. I'm just gonna, let's say, click the send button. I'm just going to insert here, let's say 100 Elrond. Click continue. Here I have the option to search for a name or just copy an address. I'm just gonna send to Benny some Elronds. I'm just gonna type here Ben. I see some suggestions here. I can select Benny if I want and click continue and just send some Elrond to him. But I want to show you something a little bit different. I feel like I want to donate something. So I'm just gonna look for Red Cross. Let's help those guys there. So I'm gonna select Red Cross, click send, and boom, the transaction is already there, is pending, and well, yeah, it's done. I just donated a few Elronds by just using a username without even knowing the phone number. Moving forward, I want to come back to the home screen. It's the first screen you see basically when you open. We carefully added features here that would make this screen the most delightful and functional screen. And here are some examples. We added widgets like favorite coins and daily digest for helpful information to be just a few taps away. The daily digest, it's really interesting. It's the easiest way to discover the most interesting news and also have like a quick overview of the market by just seeing a summary of the recent price movements. This will evolve in time into a truly standalone service inside Maiar. We also have the news tab, where it includes the most important news from the market, but if you want, you can also choose just to focus on a specific coin if you want. The activity tab, it's incredibly important, so that you know what happened recently into your wallet or inside Maiar. You'll see here a collection of the most important things, like latest transactions, their status, your latest staking or delegation rewards, who joined Maiar from your contact, and in time we'll add so much more there. The coins tab, well, as you probably guessed, is where you can very easily see the coins supported by Maiar and just send and receive money. Well, moving forward, that brings me to the main screen. This is the big blue button that you see in the middle of the screen, on the bottom of the screen, basically. And before moving there, I want to say something. We want you to do with Maiar more than ever before. And that's why we rethought our relationship and connection with money. Money, well, was never about money, but about time. Benjamin Franklin said more than 200 years ago that time is money, and this still stands true today. But by trying to go even deeper, we understood that time, well, again, it's not about time. Yes, it is finite, we cannot stop it, but time was not about time, but about doing what really mattered to us. And of course, you need time for that. So any technology that could earn back time for you, well, it is an amazing goal that we should all support. So with Maiar, we have put this incredible insight into the core of the app. And I want to give you a quick pic of that. So I'm just gonna open the app again. I'm going to the main screen. And here the first things I'll see, it's a very nice animation where basically you'll be able to see how much time you earned. In my case, well, just 27 minutes until now, and I want to explain how this time is earned. Basically, there are specific actions and things that you can do inside Maiar app that basically, for those who are basically rewarded some units of time, minutes, days, hours. So for example, by delegating Elrond tokens, by receiving payments, by receiving rewards, and by getting some friends inside the app, you start earning that time. I'll go back to that in a few. Before going further, there are two options here on the screen. You have this buy option that if you click buy, you'll be able to buy Elrond very, very easily. You just say what amount you want to buy, click continue, and basically you'll be transferred to one of our third-party providers where by just using your credit card, bank transfer, Apple Pay, or other solutions, you'll be able to very easily to buy Elrond. Also here you have the earn option. Elrond is a proof-of-stake blockchain. You'll be able to delegate your tokens inside the app with just a few taps. Here you have like a summary of all those actions. Delegation, withdrawals, rewards received, and with just a few taps, you'll do everything from within the app. There is one more thing I want to cover here, is this idea of how this time can be seen as something more meaningful. And as mentioned before, we said that it's not about time, it's what matters to us. So we said, okay, let's give users the option to set like a goal, something they want to achieve. And we have this goal tab here that if you tap, basically you'll go through like a short wizard with 3 options. First, we are going to ask you, well, what is important for you? That is travel, health, family, or other things. I'm just going to go with the travel option here. Well, it's not the right time to travel, but definitely I look for the day we can travel again as it used to be. So I selected travel. Then I have the option to fill in like a place, city, or country. I'm going to put Paris here. Click continue, and then the last step is how much time basically I want to earn before I can fulfill my dream and go to Paris. I'll just gonna go for 7 days, and after that the app will start tracking everything by itself, and I'll see like progress. Cool. The last thing I want to talk to you about today, well, is security. I mentioned at the beginning that by just using the phone number, it looks like magic. But the magic is backed by some solutions we are using in order to be really secure what you are doing with the Maiar app. Securing your wallet, and especially your private key and seed phrase, is one of the most important parts that makes blockchain great, giving us full control over our money by removing the intermediaries. But also the exact same thing that gives us the amazing opportunity and freedom creates a lot of friction to most users. Let's face it, it's a pain. When you are in control and you need to back up your keys, well, it's really a pain. And when security features are not designed well, people simply don't use them. Moreover, poor design can lead the users down pathway that actually make them less secure. Think about it. Why do people take pictures of their seed phrase? Or even worse, send it to themselves by email? People subvert the security systems in place so that they can get their work done. Having said that, let's jump into Maiar and see how it's handling the security and backup your wallet. But before doing that, I want to mention how we are approaching security through a process that we call, you use the app or specific actions are triggered. More security features need to be activated. So the learning curve follows usage. For example, creating a PIN or backing up your wallet will be presented to you at the right time. So I'm going back to the app. I'm just going to the settings, and here basically I have 3 options. One, if you are using other wallets, you are pretty familiar, is the recovery phrase, where basically if I click this, I can see the recovery phrase, I can copy it, I can write it down, you can do whatever you want. Basically, our recommendation is to do it in an offline way. But what's even more interesting, there are the last two options I want to mention. And one of those is called trusted contacts. If I click here, basically I'm able to select 3 to 5 of my trusted contacts, and if some point in the future I lose access to my phone or to my seed phrase, basically I can restore access to those by initiating a call or to those trusted contacts, and basically I can restore my access to my wallet. And the last option is the idea of backing up your seed phrase in a secure and encrypted way on iCloud or Google Drive, you are on Android, and encrypted and password protected with something that you can select. And basically only the app and you can have access to that file. And as people evolve and start using the app, basically they have those 3 options that can be combined in any way. You can use all of these options if you want, and you'll be able to basically just do whatever you want. This was the first demo ever of the Maiar app. It's hard now to imagine a wallet without these features. We'll have some great new updates for Maiar in the upcoming month. A deeper integration with DeFi services and products, support for more coins and tokens, a new way of staking, so-called soft staking, and some incredible new surprises along the way that will literally blow your mind. We are really excited about how we are transforming our relationship with money, time, and what matters most to you. We are looking forward to a better tomorrow, with Maiar, of course, by your side. In the next few weeks, we will roll out the first version to the public. The rollout will be done in waves. So please join our waiting list if you want to be one of the first to test and play with Maiar. Just go to maiar.com and join the waiting list and get early access once we are ready to let more people in. Thank you very much.
With the amazing Maiar product out, we can now turn to the great Elrond economics update. The ultimate and most important economic question for humanity is how we solve the resource problem. For more than 1 year, we've been thinking hard how we could create the most valuable and useful currency to become a global reserve for the new digital economy. Today, we are super excited to share a significant update that will transform the Elrond economy and will accelerate global adoption. To best understand the fundamentals of the Elrond economic model, it's very useful to employ a physics mental model. The first and most important insight is that a global economy has a definite amount of energy that can always be transformed or absorbed by various economic agents. The deciding factor for absorption of energy between competing agents is that attraction force. The attraction force is defined by a specific economic parameter that we will discuss in a few seconds. Based on the strength of its attraction force, an economic agent will have a velocity that is defined by the speed at which the energy is absorbed and mass grows for each agent. The economic agent with the strongest attraction force will have the fastest growing velocity and fastest mass growth, gradually absorbing all energy available in the system over time. It is by reasoning from first principles that we have created a new currency designed to rapidly bootstrap and achieve unprecedented global adoption. So let's meet the Elrond Gold, the most scarce, useful, valuable, and desirable currency out there. Let's take a closer look at the most important properties that the Elrond Gold has. First of all, I'm super excited to announce that with the Mainnet launch, the old Elrond currency will now be called Elrond Gold, signaling a significant and serious preparation for it to become a new digital gold standard that will serve as the default reserve currency. The Elrond Gold currency, which will be the fuel for the entire ecosystem as it has been before, will also have a new ticker. The new ticker will be EGLD. This prefix and suffix is designed to become a new digital currency standard. This will allow other currencies to become part of the Elrond ecosystem and will also allow local governments to onboard local fiat currencies such as EUSD or EURO. Moving forward, the Elrond Gold model will start with a fixed monetary supply of 20 million Elrond Golds and will have a rapidly decreasing issuance rate year over year, reaching zero issuance rate after year 10. The final total max supply after the 10th year will be equal to the number of pi. This means that Elrond Gold will have a total max supply of 31,415,927 Elrond Golds. So here's an overview of how the model will evolve during the next 10 years. As you can see, with blue, we have the issuance rate and the way the circulating supply will evolve. And with red, we have the rapidly decreasing issuance rate that will reach zero after year 10. Moving forward, we can look at the stock-to-flow model, which provides an immediate intuition of nuances that increase attraction force in investors' eyes. The stock-to-flow model is also called a supply growth rate model. Being increasingly attractive, the less supply comes into circulation each year and the higher the ratio is. As you can see, we currently have taken gold, silver, palladium, and platinum as benchmarks to give you an idea what stock means, what flow means, and what the stock-to-flow ratio really is. If you look at the market value of each of these currencies, you essentially understand that there is a very interesting intuition to be discovered here. Looking at the stock-to-flow model of Elrond, we can see that during year 5, Elrond comes very close to the stock-to-flow ratio of silver. Moving past year 5, we can see that during year 8, the stock-to-flow ratio of Elrond is essentially very close to that of gold. During year 9 and year 10, the stock-to-flow ratio of Elrond becomes significantly more interesting. But perhaps what differentiates Elrond most from any other currency and model out there is that we've not only created and built in a fixed monetary supply with a rapid and growing stock-to-flow ratio, with a decreasing issuance year over year, but probably the most important thing is that we've built in a transition to sustainability via fees and adoption. And the brilliant insight of this graph is that with any year that we have, Elrond has a fixed transaction throughput that, if achieved via adoption, will have zero issuance. So that even during year 1 or year 2, if we achieved a really significant adoption, the issuance will become zero for all the other years subsequent to the year when we achieve the throughput that we needed. More important than that, even assuming a very conservative scenario of adoption, we can see in the graph that during year 5, Elrond will achieve a point of zero issuance. What this means is that the implications are very, very strong for the stock-to-flow ratio that Elrond has. During year 3, Elrond will achieve the same or slightly improved stock-to-flow ratio than silver. During year 4, it will be very close to that of gold, and during year 5, will basically be in a league of our own. The final question of the model that we are proposing is how large can it become and how large can it grow? And the awesome answer is that there is no limit to this model. The only limit is the energy available in the global economy that the Elrond currency will be able to absorb. It's very rare that companies and teams get to create a product that has a very large and meaningful impact on the world. So to be able to create several billion-dollar products with the Elrond team and put them together, we're super humbled and also determined to keep raising the quality standards. Each of these components that we've created, namely the Elrond network with its innovative design and performance, the awesome and delightful Maiar product, and the exciting Elrond Gold economics model, is very powerful in itself and is a significant contribution. But when put together, it's like they form a printing press for the first time. In fact, when we look at the Elrond story, the Elrond Gold, the Maiar product, and the Elrond network, we can see that they form a fundamental self-reinforcing feedback loop, which once set in motion cannot be stopped. What is different here than in any other currency is that we have a predictable growth via mimetics and reflexivity, such that users, due to the fixed monetary supply, when joining Elrond, are immediately reflected in price. And the price growth attracts many new users. This happens recursively. So again, the question is, how fast can this happen? How fast can we see adoption moving forward? Well, it's best to plot this via a mental model using chaos theory, epidemics theory, and trying to reason about these things, we can see the following ideas. The 3 stages that we can look at is going from millions of dollars and millions of users to tens, hundreds, and then billions of dollars. At that point, we will probably reach a few million users. From a few million users, we will probably transition to billions of dollars because users will want to hold Elrond, stake Elrond, and be part of this economy. And third, the most important thing is that from each milestone, from the millions to billions, where we kickstart momentum and energy, to the billions where we reach critical mass and epidemic virality of Elrond, the Maiar product, and the Elrond network adoption, we'll reach a point of trillions in a distant future where we can have pandemic-like virality. The great insight is that we have a predictable feedback loop cycle calculation until reaching a city-level economy, a country-level economy, and a continent-level economy. The most important factor deciding how fast we will achieve these milestones are the transitions in milestone of user dynamics. So when we move from millions of users to tens of millions of users and hundreds of millions of users, at that point, we will see an effect unlike anything we've seen in the blockchain space and in the global economy. The most important and perhaps largest target that we are trying to achieve is reach a point of 1 billion people that have adopted this technology. Once we will reach this point, due to the monetary dynamics, we will very likely move to a post-scarcity world where resources, for the first time ever, don't really matter. So the question then becomes, what do we do next after we have solved this most important resource problem? Well, there are a few things that we've always wanted to achieve and we can finally accelerate. First, we will solve the energy sustainability problem and accelerate all means that we can do to achieve this as fast as possible. Second, we will devote energy and resources to radically extend human lifespan. And thirdly, we have always longed to become a multi-planet species. Well, perhaps now is the point where we can finally accelerate this and make this happen in a much, much shorter time frame. Thank you for being with us. We want to now move to this very special moment of the Elrond Genesis. I will invite our team to come in, and together we will set this timeless technology in motion. Are we ready?
Yes.
Guys, it's time. I'm going to reveal the hidden message in the Elrond Genesis blog. To significantly accelerate all technologies and radically improve society, humanity will have to migrate to a post-scarcity world. Elrond is the first complete solution that will attempt and achieve this. The founding team of Elrond is Benjamin Mincu, Lucian Mincu, Lucian Todea, Adrian Dobriță, Robert Sasu, Radu Chiș, Iulian Pașcalău, Sebastian Marian, Andrei Marinică, Cristian Corcoveanu, Dan Voicu, Daniel Șerb. Notable contributors are Benjamin Brașovean, Felix Crișan, Constantin Toveși, Camil Băncioiu, Andrei Băncioiu, Sever Moldoveanu. Elrond begins in T-10, 9, 8, 7,